separation. He feels desolate, let's say. That's why his poetry and his writing has potency. It's not fake. He feels pain. He had at the top of his front tooth, the one that he later lost. This is an interesting thing. I've never seen anyone in the world who can smile and not have a front tooth and still look gorgeous. Any one of us, or anyone, Putin, Biden, Jackie Kennedy, or whoever you're, Marilyn Monroe, if you have no front tooth and you smile, you look like a hillbilly, or some Russian peasant, right?
Alfred E. Newman.
Alfred E. Newman, Mad Magazine. You know, you look like a fool. Prabhupada, he was able to smile without a front tooth. Why? I often meditate on why. What? And my conclusion, this is just my surmisal, he was not self-conscious.
No.
Huh?
He was not
Self-conscious
self.
about how he looked, or he knew who he was. Well, yes, he knew who he was. And we're trying to understand who we are. But he knew. And complete confidence. That's why he was never disturbed. He was assured of his relationship with Krishna, and Krishna will always protect. And I just heard on a morning walk in LA, he said, he said, I am not afraid of any scientist, philosopher, or anyone. He said, I will preach Krishna consciousness to them. I'm not afraid of them. He said, because I am assured Krishna is God. He said, like the young child can charge anyone if he's holding on to the hand of his father. He knows I am protected. No one could defeat Prabhupada. In any argument, he was always, couldn't defeat him. Anyway, any questions? Any questions? Going once, going twice? Huh? Yes.
Давал ли Шрила Прабхупада стандарт, как предлагать пищу?
Did Srila Prabhupada gave any standard how to offer the food?
Standard how to offer the food to the deity?
Or while traveling to the
While
kitchen?
traveling. There was an incident, not an incident, but a thing with it. He was on the train with Tamal and in India, and when you pull into the stations out of the country, they have there's usually some people who are selling, chickpeas, roasted chickpeas, and there was a man who was cooking in his little stand, pakoras. Prabhupada said, that man, go and get some pakoras. So Tamal went and got some pakoras and got on the train before it pulled out of the station. And Prabhupada ate the pakoras and Tamal said, Prabhupada, how can we take food from this man, in the middle of nowhere? There's a man on the, little station platform cooking, of course. He is an innocent person. He is innocent. It's all right. And here in Mayapur, he announced, any food cooked in Mayapur is immediately prashad. Immediately. So with that in mind, we used to have in the front wall, right by the gate, we had a sweet shop and the devotee used to cook pakoras and gulab jamuns, and every day during japa time, I'd walk up with Shatadana or whoever, and we'd eat hot pakoras and then hot gulab jamuns. Big, soft and juicy. Any food cooked in Mayapur is prashad because it's a dham. But that doesn't mean you should just cook for yourself and eat. We shouldn't take things like that and try to exploit them for our own sense pleasure. But we should understand, the Dham, Prabhupada told us, he said, in Mayapur Dham, he said, the sun is transcendental, the air is transcendental, it's all transcendental. Not mundane. Nothing in Mayapur is mundane.
Mud was tried after the flood with like take cracked mud. Prabhupada said you can take this and it says tilak.
And one day he was walking down from the front gate, we were all with him. Two things happened. I'm a neat freak. I like everything neat. I like everything in order. I like everything in its right, proper place. Anything out of, I get it all mental. Bit of an obsessive compulsive disorder. I get it. Makes me uncomfortable. So the brahmacharis, all the devotees were living in the log building on the second floor. And of course, they would take their bath, and there were dhotis hanging over the railing, down to the ground practically. There were gumchas hanging over all drying. And it used to drive me crazy because it wasn't neat. Right? So I said to Prabhupada, look at all this, all the dhotis and gumchas all hanging, and sometimes I'm speaking for myself and I'm presuming some of my godbrothers, especially Tamal, would ask Prabhupada things wanting a particular answer. Right? Thinking, I'll ask Prabhupada in this way so that I get an answer that I want so I can use it to control others. So I wanted an answer. I'm thinking I'll paint this picture. Oh, it's so messy, Prabhupada. And what will people think when they come here? Thinking Prabhupada say, yes, immediately tell them, clean that up. Is that Prabhupada, look, what is the harm? Let them know, that we wash. Right? What can I say? What can I say? Then we had some banana trees planted on that side of the road. And Prabhupada noticed everything. That banana tree, one of many, but that one was yellowish. You are in charge of the ashram. You are responsible for taking care of every resident of the ashram. He said, that banana tree needs water. That is its food. And that is your responsibility to see that every resident of the ashram is fed. Not just humans, but the banana tree. And one day, we're leaving on a walk, Prabhupada was down these front steps, and there was a tap where it says fresh water or drinking water. That was just a little tap attached to the wall. And Prabhupada passed, he stopped, and he walked over to the tap, and he turned it to the drip spot. Little things like that. Right? Why? You know, who cares? Drip. You know, once every 2 seconds you have, you know, little drop of water. Everything should be run properly and maintained properly.
Frugal.
Huh?
I was very frugal.
Frugal, yes. You don't waste Krishna's energy.
Sometimes, the Prabhupada was saying, you don't have to go to the bathroom.
Because what?
He went to go to the bathroom. So he stood up, there's all of these BBC sannyasis with him. Then Prabhupada walked out, opened the door to go to the bathroom. Then he stopped, came back in, and on the desk there was a little pile of coins, 10 twice. Come back in, I opened the box, put the pies in, locked the top, went to the bathroom. He threw all these
That's not frugality. Prabhupada did not trust anyone. He said so. He didn't trust. I'm not going to leave it. What if someone takes it? Put it in the sink. Put it in the almari. He was going downstairs to give class. And he carried his key to this door on his Brahman foot. So he takes it. He's locking the door. There's no need. There's a brahmachari in every floor. They're guarding. Prabhupada said, he will steal. And then another time someone else said the same thing. Prabhupada said, yes, you say. He said, but when you come back and everything in my room is gone, then you will talk. Everything was locked up, and he kept the keys in that little white vinyl bag. And I always wanted to carry that bag. Prabhupada would get off the plane with his secretary, they'd be carrying this little white vinyl, plasticky vinyl, you know that, man? He'd have all his keys, everything was in that bag. He carried it with him everywhere. Yes. They will steal, he will steal. But he was also frugal. All right, any other questions? I don't know how to answer your question of standards of offering. That's his thing. Jananivas. Let's go. Go ahead.
I lost my memories.
You lost your train of thought.
Shame.
All right, it'll come back. When it comes back, poke me. And we'll, okay, do you remember now?
What was the last?
Standard of offering.
Oh, standard. So one day they were on the train, and Prabhupada saw some at the station, some samosas, I think.
I just told this story.
A bit more.
Huh? He sent Tamal out to buy some.
Yeah.
I just told
Oh,
this.
there.
Is it another story?
There's another side.
All right.
And got the bag of samosa, put them on the floor and bent down and said, Namaham Vishnu Padaya, Prastaya Bhutale, and Prabhupada was looking at it. And when it came out, it became samosa. Prabhupada would tell me, not necessary. Platform station.
Oh, he did it out of the platform.
He said, just remember what is the source, or who is the source, which is samosa.
So there's your standard. To remember before you eat the samosa. All right, Mataji.
Я просто хочу... В общем, один раз было так, что тут готовили... Шрила Прабхупад проходил, и тут готовили пури, прямо вот перед Брамачари. Готовили пури, и они их готовили жареные, и прям клали им на тарелки. Они тут же их ели, и с этим сиропом, с гуром. И Прабхупад сказал, хорошая комбинация, и прошел. А потом он пришел к себе и передал, что, говорит, ну так нельзя делать. То есть сначала надо все приготовить, все предложить, а потом только кушать. То есть как вот то, что он сказал, и вот это, то есть как по-другому свой историю. Да? Ну я так слышала.
What's the question? Is there a question in there? Or is she giving us a Bhagavatam class?
Mataji, he's offering the Bhoga
Oh,
for
it's a
Prabhupada.
bell. I thought it was a fire alarm.
Offering Bhoga for Prabhupada.
Okay.
Mataji heard this story one time. It's in Bhajan Kutir. Prabhupada saw like devotees, they were cooking puri and gur and eating. And Srila Prabhupada saw, and first he said, oh, nice preparation, but then he said they should not do like this. And Mataji felt like they should cook everything, offer, and then they...
Yes, they shouldn't be cooking, especially puris and gore, you know, and then just eating. Were you here then? I remember something about that. Were you here? The puris and gore? Huh?
I was in the Bhajan Kutir, sitting next to Prabhupada. We had a tarpaulin kitchen.
The tarpaulin, the blue tarpaulin
Behind
in the back.
Behind the
Huh?
Bhajan Kutir.
Yeah.
So the devotees, they had just got this machine, puri press machine, and like 2 discs, and you get some atta or moida, make a ball and you put it on, you pull down the handle, and you get this puri,
Yeah,
and you
yeah, yeah.
throw it in the ghee.
Throw it in the game. Hopefully it pops up.
Yeah, so the devotees, it was like a novelty. And they say, oh, give me more, give me another one. Prabhupada's just the other side of that setai, bamboo. That's all. So we can hear everything that's coming through. Prabhupada's over here and, hey, give me another puri, throw one over here, hey, give me some puri. We're getting excited. Prabhupada was sitting there, he was doing something right. He started to look very concerned. No, he said, they shouldn't take more than 2 puris. Yeah, my fault. And he said, no, not more than 3. And a little bit later he went round and had a look, touched up and around. He said, this is not for sannyasi.
We were so poor, at one point, we had to get from the American consulate that, what's it called, that food program? They had a food program where they gave, I guess it was millet, something terrible, big bags to the food for the people, or some crazy United States program for feeding the poor of India, right? We had to get that, we existed on that, remember?
Yeah.
Huh?
No.
What was it, what did we call it?
He had a nickname. Gopal.
Huh?
Gopal had a nickname for it.
Anyway, we existed on that with green chili. Remember, we eat green chili and this millet and water. I'll tell you one more story. Here in Mayapur, perhaps you've heard it before, and perhaps you've seen the photo where Prabhupada, we were walking down Bhakti Siddhanta Road, and Prabhupada decided he wanted to go to the Ganges, which was much further over. And you know, there's a bank on the side of the road. You have to go down this embankment to the fields. So I went down first, and Prabhupada came, and I gave him my hand like that, and he leaned on it, my hand, and he came down the side of the embankment. It was a pretty high embankment. And when he got to the bottom, he pushed my hand away like that. I was a little shocked, you know. Prabhupada said, this is the Maya law. He said, they take the help of the Guru until they achieve their goal, and they kick him away. So a lesson. He was shocked. I don't need your help anymore, I'll kick you away. Then we walked through, all of us, through the fields which were full of mustard, and eggplants were growing, and coriander, all kinds of nice things in those fields. Until we came to the bank of the Ganges. Was very shallow, and you walked in the water, not like it is now when it's deep, but and Prabhupada, someone had a gumtree, you put on the gumtree, he took a bath, and sat on, and we all took a bath, and Prabhupada sat and on the sand, put on tilak from the Ganges mud. It was really nice. Were you there? No, you were back at the temple. Madhavisa was there, Rupanuga was there, Hansadura was there, Achyutananda, Jayapataka. Very transcendental. Taking a morning bath with Prabhupada in the Ganges.
They were playing.
Huh?
They were playing Jalkali. Jalkali.
Yes. And Prabhupada would, his bath was, how did he do it? He'd hold his ears and his nose and his eyes, and he'd dunk under 3 times. How did he do that? He'd dunk under 3 times. And then, that would be
They were chanting some harmony prayers and Prabhupada came to the Ganges. Prabhupada was in the Ganges with some devotees. I think Madhavisa. The devotees were playing, fighting, splashing, and Prabhupada said, this is okay. Because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's playing for hours.
Well, we didn't play for hours, it's just for
And
Were you there?
no, I wasn't there, I heard it.
I was there.
That's the talk. And then,
I must have told you.
so they were splashing, and then they went to Prabhupada, and they, what Guru and Prabhupada said, they were chanting Sam, he, that's not Prabhupada.
I'm not saying it's not true, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I just remember him dunking himself
Yeah.
and he got out. But they did do that at Jagannath Puri in '77. Splashing water up on the ocean. Were you there for that?
No.
I wasn't either. Guru Kripa.
Here, when Madhavisa, he wanted to engage Prabhupada in Jalpali. Splashing water. So he went to Prabhupada. He decided to splash Prabhupada. Gently, not like they. Very technical. And then Prabhupada said, do not become too familiar with your Guru.
Yeah, I would never do that. I'm surprised Madhavisa. I would never do. Everything is awe and reverence. Best. Why take a chance?
Yes, or reverence.
Huh?
Or reverence. Or gravity. In this room, and in such room I was sitting here, such room was sitting there. Prabhupada was doing his chapel. Walking into the other room, bedroom. And he come back again. And he came back here. And he looked at that up and said, this chanting, it's the sound of vibration, the absolute.
Of?
The absolute. The
Ready? Awe and reverence. Okay, any other questions? Ladies, gentlemen, nothing? Try to go to Mangalarti, try to be there for Prabhupada's Guru Puja. Otherwise, what's the use of all this? Just some sentiment. You have to take that sentiment and put it into practical action by worshiping Prabhupada as his Guru Puja. If you really want to be connected, that's how you do it. Otherwise, this is just sentimental stories, right? You have to be a Guru Puja.
Prabhupada said that was all the instructions which were most important.
And there you go. Of all the instructions, that's the most important.
Go to Guru.
Question.
Yeah.
Mataji wants to have such meetings at least once a month to hear about Srila Prabhupada.
Huh?
Can you speak once a month?
No,
about Srila Prabhupada?
I'm leaving Monday. If you want to come to Sydney, that's fine.
Вы приезжайте.
Or wait until I come back.
Может, тогда еще одну здесь организовать, когда я буду завтра?
They asking maybe we can have one more till you're going.
No, I'm leaving tomorrow.
Уж завтра
No,
уже.
I'm leaving Monday.
Нет, в понедельник.
And tomorrow I'm busy.
А завтра я занят.
Может, Джананивас
All right? And
Maybe
if you don't
Jananivas
show
will-
up for Mangalarti,
Если вы не придете,
you'll never, ever, ever
никогда
hear from me again.
меня не услышите, если
Not only that, I will curse you to forget everything I've said.
Я вас прокляну, все
All the tapes will be wiped clean.
записи исчезнут.
If you're so miserly in your worship
такие непренебрежительные
that you won't worship Krishna's perfect and pure devotee,
чистому,
right?
совершенному преданному Кришне,
But I know that all of you will.
все будете.
You will try to improve your sadhana. That will make Jananivas and I very happy.
Сделает Джананивас Прабhu меня очень счастливым.
Because like when I'm at Guru Puja downstairs, I look around and look around. I can hardly see, but when I'm looking, who isn't here? I get very disturbed. Don't you? You're very, you know, why, where is so-and-so, where is so-and-so? We all used to gather around Prabhupada, and we're all happy. We're a strange group of people who never would have associated in the material world. We were just all thrown together, but we had one unifying element, and that was Prabhupada. And we were all happy when we were around Prabhupada. Confirmed. Srila Prabhupada ki.